And as always, we're going to be looking for accurate context, good risk management, and always exercising good patience.
Anytime you're talking about fundamentals in a market and direction, fundamentals take a little bit of time to play out.
We got crude oil today, kind of trading yesterday's value area really nicely, low to high.
That's what we're here for, is to put ourselves in the best success. A trading routine does that, builds that habit, lets you know what to work on, what to reflect on, and what to improve on the next day.
Good afternoon, friends and traders. Welcome to the Market Recap. I am Dan Hodgman. It's Tuesday, December 14th. Stock markets broke pretty good here today, but we caught an afternoon rally. You've got crude oil kind of continuing in this downward trend we're seeing. Gold down too. You got some concerns out there, right? You got Omicron kind of picking up. You got the Fed talking, meeting starting today, announcement tomorrow. So you got a little bit of concern there, and the debt ceiling, what's going to happen there. So you got a little bit of just concern. So people are pulling things out, waiting to see what happens, waiting for a little bit more result here. Euro continues to extend lower, and the 10-year note relatively quiet, opens up this morning. Check settlement price, breaks back down a little bit and falls into a really tight channel since about 10:30, 11 o'clock today. As a heads up, this is my last day with the recap for the year. So you guys won't see me after today until we are in 2022. So just want to say thanks for tuning in all year with us. And hopefully we found some good opportunities throughout the year. And as always, truly enjoy sitting down with everybody. Norman and Mo, good to see you guys. As the title says, Omicron, World Health Organization is coming out basically saying this has been the fastest, most rapid variant of COVID so far. You get the debt ceiling being pressed here with Congress as the deadline looms. So those are two really the main factors of what's going on. A little bit of concerns, got people thinking, got people on edge just a little bit. We also had Coach's Playbook today where we all sat down. We looked back at last year's predictions, where we ended up, and then where this year we think things are going to go over the next 12 months. So make sure you check that out. Drop your thoughts in there too. Drop your comments and let us know what you think. So John's going to be here for me tomorrow afternoon for the recap. So shout out. Thank you, Hogue. And like I said, this will be my last one of the year. So let's go ahead and take a look at these charts here and see what we got going on and where some opportunities were. As always, we want to start with our crude oil. So crude oil settlement price of 71.06, way up above. Market opens up away. And I got to ask ourselves here, what is the play? Is the play looking for rotation as we open up this morning to close the gap to settlement price? There's, I think, a reasonable look, right? We've got that settlement price is just below value low from yesterday. So we do have an opportunity for rotation back to settlement price. So I'll be honest with you, that's what I'm looking at here off the open. Can this market make the move to the upside? Now, here's where things get a little sticky or a little interesting. We got yesterday's swing low, overnight swing low, and the market struggling to trade up above that price. So we got it right down here between 61 and let's call it 71. So we got a little 10-cent channel where this market's struggling to press through. So if we're taking that long off the open, looking for closing the gap to settlement price, we got to start to recognize, hey, this is getting weak. We're actually really struggling to attract buyers. So let's look for market movement to the other direction, right? So that's what we want to start to look for. And that's where the opportunity was. This market broke down, went and made new lows down at 69.51. But just like equities, this one got a nice little bounce to kind of cool off at the end of the day. Next, let's go ahead and look at the S&P 500. S&P settled yesterday, 46.59.5. 46.59.5, way up here. Good settlement price all the way up here, 46.59.5. Market opens up, and we're in a downtrend. Now, here's what we got to look for. This is what I like off an open. I like how this market pulls back to an area that I'm looking at regularly, our 20-period moving averages. Those are what I find great opportunity off of. Market pulls back. Now, here's the question. Is this market looking to close the gap, or is it just a pullback and continuing downtrend? Well, to me, you got both thoughts here. You can take a look at it, but as we start to recognize this market attracting no information, no buyers, as we got up here and rotated relatively quickly, maybe you're going to miss the initial move here, but as this market starts to rotate over, this is where we start to look for a short and say, hey, this is getting directional. We've been directional here the last couple of days. Let's look for market direction to continue. Oh, by the way, Fed meeting starting, Omicron, debt ceiling, a lot of concerning news we knew was coming out. So there's where our thought process has to be. We're looking at this as a little bit of strength and downtrend market, and that market really continued lower until this afternoon, where we got a little bit of uptick. We got a little bit of an excitement, maybe a little bit of short time frame buyers or sellers got out of their position, locked in some profits as we start to approach the holiday weeks. Next, let's go ahead and look at Nasdaq. Nasdaq looks pretty much the same. Settlement price in that one is 16,081.5. 16,081.5 all the way up above, and the same principle applies here. Market pulls back towards that moving average, does not go and make new highs for us, rather starts to rotate relatively quickly. Once we see that rotation, boom, pull back. This is our strength and our downtrend market that we're looking for, and this is where we start to look for opportunities to short. We take that short, we look for trend to continue, and this market really went down, moved through all the way down to 734. So we made a nice low. It's recovered pretty strong here, about 150, 180 points, give or take. So this market has really recovered strong. Next, let's go ahead and look at gold market. Now, we've got swing low going into last Friday. That's where we're looking here today. Struggled all day yesterday to mark new highs. We started to see this market's actually starting to mark short time frame lower highs, lower high, lower high. Market opens up, directional move off the open, making new lows right away. That was it. If you recognize off the open, we're making new lows. Where's our target down below? Prior swing low, boom, make a new low. We get out of that trade and we're done. All right, next, let's go ahead and look at the euro. Euro last night traded outside of that channel that we were looking at, but once we got back into it, we started to see the market kind of slowing up as it approached. Once it accepted inside, that's where I'm looking for my trade. I'm looking for acceptance inside here, market to continue in direction, and I'm going to use this as an opportunity to say, all right, let's look for rotation to value low and down to low side of channel from that we were looking at kind of yesterday. Again, crudely drawn lines here, but to paint that picture, this is what we're seeing. We see acceptance back into channel. Now we're going to look for that market to rotate to low side of channel, and all we're doing is we're looking for strength. We want to short strength to take advantage of this directional move, which we're seeing pretty consistently here over time in the euro. This market has really made strong moves to the downside, and we saw a really strong downside move here today. So market traded outside, opened up, started to look towards channel. This was a great opportunity. You can look at it from both sides. I look at this. Maybe there's a cheaper trade. I look at this as maybe a cheaper trade for the long side to see if you can get a bounce, but that's where I'm going to struggle because I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for trading back inside of things. I like to see market fall back into ranges and channels, and that's what I'm looking for. All right, lastly, let's take a look at the 10-year note, and I'm going to get out of here for the year. All right, so 10-year note opens up this morning. We're trading very comfortably inside range. We extend higher. We push up to point of control. Off the open, we push up to point of control. Point of control rejects. And hey, we got a lot going on. Fed's talking. That's where our concern has to be right now. Everyone just being patient. Market rotates lower. And then we get almost down to regular trading hour area range from yesterday. We get a nice bounce. Truthfully, looking at this market right now, I'm going to be a little bit more cautious making any trades during a Fed week because Fed is an extremely volatile. FOMC weeks are extremely volatile for Treasury markets. So we had some opportunity in the markets. I am officially done trading for the year. I haven't touched anything this week. So if you guys are, hopefully you're finding some opportunity. Remember, as we approach the holidays, just because we may see some volume and what looks like liquidity in there, there's a lot of algorithms out there. There's a lot of HFTs and computer systems that are executing these trades. And as soon as the market starts to move a little faster, then they want to take risk. They're going to shut those things down. Once they shut those down, things get very thin. We saw it in December of 2018 when the stock market broke pretty hard right before Christmas. We saw the big break, and that was strictly systems shutting down. So if you were in these markets, if you are going to be trading over the next couple weeks, make sure you're thinning out. You're cautious. You're paying attention to every trade. You've got your finger on the trigger to get the heck out. That exit cancel all. Make sure you're there for that one. I kind of like the 30-minute volume profile strategy. Look for possible next target areas. Is there a course that goes over this in more detail? Not that I know of. Everyone uses them a little bit differently. So I can't think of any specific course, but we do have Trading 101 classes coming out starting in the new year, or Trading Foundations, maybe it's called. I can't remember the name of it. We do have some classes coming out in the beginning of the year with John that he'll be deep diving into a lot of this stuff. So keep an eye on your emails to make sure you register for that. That'll be a great class. He's going to talk a lot about this stuff, auction process, fundamentals, so many things that he'll talk about. And I know for a fact how to look at the markets and things like that will be in there. So check that one out. Let's see. Hi, Dan. I was wondering which practice account you use to pass a combine when the S or the practice. I don't think either one records trades for the combine. TS, if it says practice, no practice count, right? If you're looking for which practice account to trade, no practice account is going to get you through the program. They're all labeled differently. I would email support@topstep.com. If you've got questions on that, because I honestly am unsure of what you got here. I think they're all something different. They're all titled different. I think a lot of them are like Top Step S1. I don't know. Email support@topstep. They'll definitely be able to help you out with that one. All right. Well, end of year. Remember, we bought Bitcoin at $34,000. That is trading $48,290 a coin there, and we bought our Airbnb stock. We bought our Airbnb stock at $148. So we're making money this year, slightly hanging on in the Airbnb stock. We made about $18, $19 in Airbnb. That's going to end the year for us at $167 and 96 cents. TS, if I don't get a combine account, I'm not sure how to. Well, yeah, you can't pass with anything if you don't have a trading combine. So you do have to pay for a subscription and within our program to have access to passing funding. So you will have to pay for an account if you want to be eligible for funding. All right, so Airbnb, $167.96. GameStop kind of continues. We got a little bit of a little life here today in that one. GameStop, $147.69. AMC, same thing. Little bit of upside movement, $24.50. Tesla, $958.51. Yeah, Autolicious. Some are going to say S1, TST, other platforms. They show different in all platforms. Some are TST, S1. They all kind of show, or some are just S1 with a bunch of numbers. So they're all going to be different based on the platform you use. PK, same to you, and I look forward to seeing you next year as well. Tesla, down a little bit today, $958.51. Apparently, Elon Musk, at the end of the year with all his selling, he's going to pocket about $18 billion for himself. Robinhood, another down day. We are below $20 at $19.13. And Rivian, quiet day there, $117.14. So that's what we got going on there. Tomorrow, don't forget, FOMC, 1 p.m. Central Time. You're going to have retail sales at 7:30 a.m. Central Time. And then the big one every Wednesday is crude oil number at 9:30 a.m. Central Time. So, guys, that's it for me for the year. I hope you all have a spectacular holiday season, and I look forward to seeing everyone back here in the new year. And new year, new opportunities. Let's just keep trugging along and keep building on the foundations we've created over the last year and past. So look forward to seeing everyone here. Have a great day. Take care and stay safe over the holidays. John will be back tomorrow morning, 7:45 a.m. Central Time with the market forecast. Take care, everybody.